Kamal Haasan has written many of his own films, but Thevar Magan is special. For one thing, it brought together a terrific set of talents starting from Kamal Haasan and Sivaji Ganesan to Revathy, Gautami, Nasser and even Vadivelu in a really unusual role. And then there are those behind the camera, Ilayaraja, P.C. Sreeram, the Malayalam director Bharathan, who was a really unusual choice for a film so rooted in southern Tamil Nadu. For that matter, Kamal Haasan himself hadn't done too many rural films up until that point. I'm not talking about films like Sakala Kalavalan, more like a Swati Mutyam or a Manidharal Ithane Nirangala, and most memorably Padinaru Vaidinle, co-starring Gandhimadi, who also has a role here in Thevar Magan. Thevar Magan completes 25 years as Deepavali, and I thought it would be a great time to look back at some of the things that make it so special. I'd say first the screenplay, which Kamal Haasan said he wrote in 7 days flat using a screenwriting software called Movie Magic. The father-son core, of course, echoes The Godfather, though the film is completely different. But Kamal Haasan was also inspired by Girish Karnad's 1973 Kannada film called Kaadu. I'll begin with my favorite scene. So at the beginning, we see the celebrations when Kamal gets down from the train. Then when Kamal and Gautami reach his father's house, we see the disapproval on Sivaji Ganesan's face. And of course, we know Kamal and Gautami are lovers. So three elements are established here: the celebration, the disapproval, the fact that this man and woman are intimate. The scene I'm referring to comes when Kamal and Gautami first enter the ancestral house. Kamal says, "Valadakal eduthu vechuva," but firecrackers go off and she's startled and she stumbles. He catches a hand. Sivaji Ganesan sees it and frowns. The individual elements we spoke about earlier, the celebration, the disapproval, the fact that they are intimate, all come together beautifully in this one little scene. So I'm talking about the density of the screenplay, not just verbally but also visually. It's almost like Kamal had everything written down, even the action scenes. When I interviewed Kamal Haasan during the 25th anniversary of Nayagan, he said that the scene with the lorry and the iron rods was something he had in mind for Nayagan. Usually people might just write, there's an accident and tell the action choreographer to figure it out from there. But here everything is detailed, everything is mapped out. Of course, there are many well-directed moments as well that take off from the screenplay, like the chase that leads to Kamal catching hold of the man who caused the flood. Or the wonderfully evocative use of cinematography. My favorite shot is when Kamal tells Revathy's father that he'll find a groom, any groom, for her. And he summons this man. This man comes running into the frame and stands between Kamal and Revathy's father. We see their faces. We see Kamal's face, we see Revathy's father's face, but we don't see this man's face because it's in darkness, almost like he's some nameless, faceless guy. And he is. The cinematography tells us all we need to know about this man. And then Ilayaraja, whose score and songs have passed into legend. More about that later, but note the intriguing musical cues. When Sivaji Ganesan dies and Kamal gets that makeover, we hear the pealing of bells. Like something that would happen in London when the new king or queen would be crowned. And of course, the Kamal character was studying in London. How long was he away in London? I've always wondered about that. He does not seem to miss the place at all. But then we don't think about these things too much while watching the film because the Kamal-Sivaji dynamic is so fantastic. Kamal said recently, Thevar Magan is a love story about Sivaji and me. I wanted to become him and he allowed me to become him, and for that I am grateful. Apparently, S.S. Rajendran and Vijay Kumar were considered for the role, but now it's impossible to think of anyone else. My favorite scene with Sivaji is when Nasser puts up that fence and Sivaji orders Kamal to speak in English to shut Nasser's lawyer up. He's so fantastic there.
So your modus operandi, we'd like to know what legal rights you have to say that a top fence is required. இங்கிலீஷ் பேச நம்ம கையசம் ஆள் இருக்கு.
I also love the mirror moments between father and son. When Gautami sits down for a meal, Kamal secretly signals to her. And when Kamal is talking to the Kanakapillai, Shivaji secretly signals to the Kanakapillai. Father and son do have a lot in common, and note how Kamal uses the father's brother, the Chittappa character, to comment on his own character, that is Kamal's own character. That man has two wives.
தொடக்கிறதுக்கும் கழுவுறதுக்கும் நான் சுக்கா வேலை பார்க்கறதுக்கு அவளா வர சொல்றேன்.
But despite being torn between two women, Kamal chooses to love and honor only one woman, which is perhaps why only one woman, this woman Panchavarnam, gets a love song and the other woman Banu doesn't. With Thevar Magan, we see the evolution of an aspect we will increasingly see in Kamal's future screenplays, having a character from a non-Tamil state.
அந்த பொண்ணு எந்த ஒரு சீராலா என்னடா சீராலா ரொம்ப அழகான ஒரு கிராமம். நீ பாத்தியா? இல்ல விஜயவாடாக்கு அந்த பக்கம் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னாங்க. தெலுங்கா?
That's the Gautami character here. We will go on to Bengalis and Mahanadi, Odiyas and Anbe Shivam, a kind of pan-Indian inclusiveness. Then we have the symbolism. After the flood, when Shakti slips into the mud, the camera focuses on his feet pointedly. He's finally entering this world. He's getting his feet dirty. And then we have the trains. Every time Banu leaves or returns, we go all the way to the station and see her get off from a train or board a train, symbolizing a permanent outsider status. She's never rooted here, she's always in transit. And of course, at the end of the film, Kamal himself is taken away in a train. Despite having become the ultimate insider, he's now an outsider again. Let's look at the songs. The first song is Potri Padadi Penne. The song went on to cause a lot of controversy. Some people thought it was a glorification of a caste, others said it was just depiction, but I'm just going to look at the song in the context of the film itself. When you think of the point in the story, this point, the song situation could be a Shakti Banu love song or a father-son family reunion kind of song. But such a song, such a grand song, hints at the story that's to come is not just about the individual characters but about something larger, about the community. The Sandapottu situation is also brilliant. The fight before the song is an early hint of how Shakti, despite his western clothes and his punk haircut, is still a villager at heart, a savage who is easily provoked when someone insults his masculinity. The climax mirrors this as it occurs in the presence of big masculine gods. It's really larger than life. Because like with Potri Padadi Penne, it's not just about these two people fighting but about something larger. A sort of destiny that this community is tied to. The destiny that the Kamal character earlier thought he had escaped. And also note how the message is such an organic part of the screenplay. You can treat it like a message, or you can just see it like a line from a man who has become everything he thought he wasn't. The last scene always has me wondering about Shakti's future because there's a freeze frame, the image turns sepia and then black and white, almost like an album picture, frozen. But 2 years later, Kamal was kinder to his character in Mahanadi. That man commits a similar crime, very gory, very violent. He is also arrested, but we later see him reuniting with his family. But Shakti doesn't get that happy ending. It's probably another reason this film, even today, tugs at the heart so much.
நாளைக்கு நீ பழம் சாப்பிடுவேன், அப்புறம் ஓ மயன் சாப்பிடுவேன், அதுக்கப்புறம் அவ மயன் சாப்பிடுவேன். அதெல்லாம் பாக்குறதுக்கு நான் இருக்க மாட்டேன். ஆனா வெதை நான் போட்டது இதெல்லாம் பெருமையா? கடமை, ஒவ்வொருத்தருடைய கடமை.
Thank you for watching this tribute to Thevar Magan. For more videos, subscribe to Film Companion South.